Hi, this is Chinakani. In this video, I'll be explaining hoisting in JavaScript. Before I move forward to that, first let me tell you three key points which you need to understand. Whenever you access any variable which has not been declared, it throws an error stating that the variable is not defined. Whenever you access any variable which has not been defined, that is, whenever you access any variable which has not been initialized, it prints undefined. In JavaScript, you can initialize any variable before declaring it. If I execute this piece of code, it works perfectly fine. The first two cases are understandable, whereas the third case sounds a little weird, isn't it? Let me explain the logic behind that. Whenever you execute any JavaScript code, it goes through two different phases. The first is creation or memory allocation phase, and the second is execution phase. As the name implies, in the first phase, we identify all the variables and functions and we allocate memory. During this phase, JavaScript moves all your variable declarations towards the top of the code as you see on my screen. In our case, output would be moved towards the top of the screen as var output equals to undefined, which is why it works fine. The same applies for functions, with the only difference that for functions, not only declarations, the definitions also get moved towards the top, which is why if you see here, I have invoked greeting function before it has been declared. If I execute, it works fine and it prints hello. For function expressions, it doesn't work. If I execute it, it throws that greeting is not a function. That is because of the fact that for function expressions, you create a function and then you assign it to a variable. If you consider this case, var greeting would be moved towards the top as var greeting equals to undefined, whereas the definition lies at the bottom, which is why this variable, if called as a function, it complains stating that greeting is not a function. That's it.